Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be making dinner. I am hungry, it's been a long day, so I'm making dinner. And I took on to Instagram a while back to ask you guys what you'd like to see more of on my channel, and you guys said you want to see more of me cooking, so here I am making food for you. If you're not following me on Instagram, then you're basically missing out. Yeah, you're missing out. So follow me on Instagram and then maybe you'll be part of the next conversation. If you don't like me cooking, then maybe you can suggest what else I can be doing on this video, so not on this channel. Sawa. So with this video I intend to do meals on a budget. So the budget is 300 bob, so we're trying to make nice meals for under 300 shillings, and this 300 is for a family of one. But then again, this can feed me at least 2 to 3 times. So yeah, let's get started. I am done rambling. I am hungry, I'm tired, I'm from work. Okay, so let's get started.
So these are the ingredients that we're going to be using, and I'm going to try cost them and see if at all we were above or below budget. Okay, so I'll start with the onions. I bought them at 3 for 20 and I only used 2 for everything: pilau, the vegetable salad, as well as the kachumbari. So I'll cost each at 7 bob. That translates to 14 shillings for onions. And then I got ginger, I used a very tiny bit, and one ginger thingy, the ginger I got for 20 shillings, so costing what I used at 2 shillings was fair. And then parsley, I got a bunch for 5 shillings, so this one I'll cost at 1 bob. And then I got goat meat. I just went to the butchery guy and I asked him if he could cut for me meat for 80 bob, and this was it. And then I'm gonna go for carrots. I got 6 pieces of carrots for 20 shillings. So, and I only used 1, so 1 would be 4 shillings. And then I'm gonna go to the French beans, which I got a big chunk of it for 30 bob, and I only used like a quarter of it, so I'd cost that at 8 shillings. And then next I'm gonna go to the potatoes, and I got a 2 kg container for 50 shillings, and I used a quarter, so that would translate to 15 bob. And then next I used 1 tomato, and I bought 3 for 20, so 1 I'd cost it at 7 shillings. That's what I used for my kachumbari. And then 9 would be cumin and garam masala, which I'm gonna cost 10 shillings each, because 10 shillings each. And then rice, I'm gonna cost it at 50 bob. And then now the last bit would be oil, salt, and prestige margarine, which I used. I'll cost that at 50 shillings because they're a bit on the pricier end, so total comes to 244.
So I'm just making extra broth with the goat meat that I have, so I will use that broth for the rice, for that to cook in. Instead of putting water, I'll put the broth. My mom would always say utamu wa pilau ni kitunguu. So for this one cup of rice, because you know, family of one, I'm going to be using, this is quite a bit of onions for a cup of rice. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting in the onions, and then I'm going to go in with the oil. Okay. Now with the pilau, you don't want to be shy with the oil, okay? Because we are frying the oil. We are frying the onion. So my broth is already boiled, so I'm just going to turn that off and wait for the onions to be ready, and as well as the rice, and then boom.
Usually I don't put garlic in my, Even garlic, I don't put garlic. I don't usually put ginger or garlic in my pilau, but I had it in the house at this time and I had used some of it to boil the goat meat, so I figured, why not? Now this is how you want your onions to be. You want some of them really dark because that's what will give your pilau the brown coloring. So now there's a difference between burning them and having them really heavily brown. So yeah, just find the balance. Some will burn along the way, but yeah, that's okay too. So if you have noticed, I didn't wash my rice. Yeah, sometimes I wash it, sometimes I don't. It just depends with the moods. And then here I'm adding a bit more of the garam masala for a more fragrant pilau. Always remember, for every cup of rice you want to add double the amount of water or broth to it. So here I put 1 cup of broth, and then I didn't get enough for the second cup, so I just topped up the rest of the broth with water, and then I added that so that it's 2 cup. Always make sure it's double the amount. Okay, cool. So now you just want to mix it up, and then probably taste for salt to see if it's okay. Yeah, definitely taste for salt and see if it's enough. Then here's where you can add a bit more if it wasn't enough, and then always remember to add a little bit extra more, especially if you have potatoes, because it really soaks up the salt. And so now you just want to cover it, and then I transferred it to a smaller burner that burns a bit slower, so that it steams up really nicely and cooks well and evenly. So here we are going to steam the vegetables, just pan steaming, and it's very easy and very simple, so you get to maintain the luscious greenness the luscious greenness of your plants, and you're basically steaming them without a steamer, right? Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You put the veggies in the pan, light it up, Put a little bit of water, then seal it up and make sure there's no steam escaping, so that the steam that's in there just cooks it nicely and evenly. And then once it's ready, or you start to see the steam coming off, trying to, you know, escape the two small spaces that is left, it's probably ready. And you don't want to leave it to cook too long, or else it's gonna get mushy and it's just gonna start burning. But yeah, use a non-stick, it's very helpful for that. So excuse my ghetto-ness. I don't have a lid for this pan, so I just use a sufuria, which I think works. It worked much better than the kifuniko would have, because, you know, it gave it more room for steam to happen. So you want to taste and see every now and then, just to see if it's gotten to the level of crunchiness or the level of softness you'd like it to be. And for me, at this point, it was just about ready. It was still crunchy and it still had its green. So I went ahead and added a bit of flavoring to it. So this is Prestige margarine. If you have butter, well and good, use that. But I had Prestige and it worked also nicely for me. I like the scent and the taste that Prestige has. So yeah, that's why I use Prestige. But if you have butter, go on ahead. And then I went ahead to add my onions and carrots, because this ones, they cook a bit faster and easier than the French beans. So I put them last and then added a bit of water so that it steams and it's all cooked, because nobody wants, like, you know, raw red onion. It's nasty. But yeah, with a bit of steam and a bit of salt and Prestige, ooh, yummy. So now onto my kachumbari. I had the onion pickle in vinegar and salt for the whole time I was preparing the other ingredients, as well as cooking time. So now I think it's ready for my kachumbari. So I just went ahead and drained that out, put the onion with the tomatoes, and boom, there you have it. That's lovely. It's just the right amount of tangy from the vinegar, and it's just the right amount of salt, because I had over salted it. So now I'll just add a dash of dhania, mix that up,
one more for like garnish. And that's it. You can even eat the onion just as is. It's nice. It's not as bitter as it would have been without the vinegar and the salt. Yummy. Mmm. 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 Mm. Mm.